last time on WoW, we're going to have Wind Chime. You had kind of an eventful day. Why don't you give us a summary of what happened last time?
Okay, let me check in with my brain to remember. So
Meat.
when everybody was off doing the Adventure Guild fun times, Windchime stayed behind to watch over the island, and she gathered up a whole band of misfits and hooligans for hired help, and she made it all pretty. And then when everybody got back, it was like a homecoming and family good time.
Oh yeah.
But then there was this crow. Oh, I feel like I should remember his name.
You should.
Virgil the Seagull. Well,
Virgil. Okay. Yeah.
Don't look into my notebook in the journal tab, whatever you do.
Nobody can.
Oh, wait, no. Oof, never mind.
So Virgil said caca, because he's a bird. And then we had to do some magic to help Windchime understand him. And then Edward and his bird friend joined the conversation, and we figured out that Virgil wanted revenge for his captain, magician. So we went to the darkest depths of the ocean, and we swam down, and we found some sickly zombies, and fought them, and almost died. But in the end, we persisted. Did I remember everything?
There was the whole like portal thing, closing it, elvish, fun things. No, that's basically it.
Yeah. You guys calculated that, right?
Yeah. At the top of today's session, let's figure out this whole money situation.
Yeah.
Yes. So, Brian is, we've rested, we're all back at, the, area, I assume? At the, fortress?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Brian, not knowing how much is in there, I've got it in my notes, but she doesn't, is going to, she's gonna wake up that morning, cured because I believe moonsick?
Yes.
Yeah.
Not moonsick. And wind chime.
Anyway, she's gonna wake up that morning. She's going to go around knocking on doors and essentially gathering people up. Hey, we got some stuff yesterday. Kind of want to parcel it out. Have no idea how much it is. Figured I should probably do that in front of everyone so that you all have a reason more to trust me. I did kind of stow away that one time.
Insight check.
Roll.
Oh, that's good. That's funny. Okay, insight. Is it rolling?
No. Yes.
Man, this is slow.
You know,
I can't even see the insight.
I saw the first one. Brian's a pretty good liar. It would be hard to tell either way.
Well, I see no problems here. I think we should distribute it accordingly, and yeah.
Well, then come downstairs. I've got to give this out properly.
Around the kitchen table?
Yes. Let's go. And
Or we could
she'll-
do the boardroom table.
He has a cloak of billowing?
He does.
Oh, that's amazing.
All right.
Talk about a dramatic entrance to you, Captain.
Brian is going to empty the. She's going to empty the bag of holding onto the table. 500 feet of weighted rope comes out, fishing nets, a couple things of sovereign glue fall out, and a couple things of oil of slipperiness fall out. Oh, I think that was us long resting. With that, she goes, oh, and a fair amount of seawater since this was opened up underwater, just all over the table.
Yeah.
I will fix that, and I'm going to use prestidigitation to start cleaning it up. Clean off the water. Putting back the weighted rope and the sovereign glue and oil. She and the fishing nets. What remains is 10 jade sculptures, 25 platinum pieces, 575 gold, and 1,000 silver.
I'm assuming we divide these by 5. It's very convenient how each and every one of those specified quantities of items is exactly divisible by 5.
Wow.
Did not realize that. Yes.
It's
You're
almost like we're lucky.
We're very lucky.
Oh, it's-
When I can see no other reason for this. So we each get 2 jade creatures. I call dibs on the octopus.
Wait, what are the creatures?
What
It
creatures
doesn't-
do you want them to be?
Yeah.
Yes, and also why are there a strange amount of giant crabs made out of jade?
Who I want a crab?
Okay. Alright, so I assume each of you just grabs the 2. If you want to make it to be a creature, they did say sea creatures, but if that's what you want to do, absolutely. If you want a fucking ostrich, if you want a fucking jade ostrich, yes.
You know what? It's a sea ostrich. It's an ostrich that lives in the
How
sea.
about a
How it
pelican?
got
One of
there,
them
no
is-
one knows.
There's a seahorse. There's a squid. There
I called
is
the octopus already.
There's the octopus. There was the crab. There was the piranha. There was a jellyfish. There was a clownfish. There was I don't know how many I've said so far. How many more do I
turtle.
need?
Just stop.
A sea
We don't-
turtle?
We could just have fun with this.
You know what? I
Sure.
call the blobfish one.
Giving
That
up.
one looks pretty amusing.
The blobfish one? Alright.
Blobfish one.
And I'm going to hand him the blobfish one. I'm going to take the jade octopus and the jade jellyfish. Now, I'm not very good at math all the time. I could probably figure this out, but Edward, you seem to have a better head for numbers.
Before we continue, what what creatures did Edward and Anemo get? You know, you got the blobfish
Yeah, I got the blobfish and the sea turtle.
and the sea turtle. What about you?
And, I'm sorry, I don't understand. I get to choose?
Yeah.
What am I?
Sea creatures.
Flavor is for
Flavor.
Anything. Any.
yes.
Yep.
Well, there's a lot of sea creatures. What's the one that's like really ugly and then it shines a light? What's that one?
An angler.
Angler.
Anglerfish.
This one? Is this the one you're talking about? The anglerfish?
Yeah, I like one of those.
All right. Here.
And I get another one. I see.
Yep.
Yes.
But
yeah.
he's already got a sea turtle, so I can't take
There
that.
could be 2 sea
You-
turtles.
If you wanted the 2 sea turtles, one could be a sea turtle, the other one could be a sea tortoise. Which doesn't make any sense, but
Sea
it's really
tortoise.
funny.
Yep. No one knows how it got there.
Hell yeah, I want the sea tortoise.
All right.
The secret about the sea tortoise is that it only goes on the bottom of the ocean and just kind of walks around. Oh, it's totally got to be a shark.
Oh yeah, you're right. Sharks are just cool.
I gotta do a shark.
There
Yeah,
you
forget
go.
about that.
There's the shark. I don't know what you were talking about with a sea tortoise. What even is a sea tortoise?
I'm not really sure. Nature check to recognize the fact that literally tortoises can't go into the water.
Okay, so I want the thing with the light, an anglerfish, and then I want a shark.
All right. Well,
Like that.
here you go.
Hell yeah.
For your
As-
notes, they're each worth 75 gold.
Mhm.
Oh,
Wow.
Or you can keep them as trophies and put them in your room. I don't give a shit.
Uh,
The platinum.
how many of each piece were there? Yeah. Yeah.
there is 25 platinum, which I believe is 5 for each. 575 gold, and 1,000 silver.
I mean, 200 silver pieces is equivalent of 20 gold pieces each. So,
Right, but I don't have 20 gold pieces. Here, have your 200
I mean,
silver. I don't want
115
to carry around all of it.
I mean, as of now, we can divide it to 5 platinum per person, 115 gold pieces, and 200 silver pieces.
115 or 125?
115 pieces each. 1-5.
One.
All right.
I'm sorry, did you have a question for me?
We were trying to do math in our heads. Yeah.
Yes, that's correct.
No. 115?
Yeah.
No, it's 1,250.
Per each person, or
What?
Hold on,
What?
let me double check.
You
I'm
said
pretty sure I wrote it down.
575, right?
Hold on, let me pull it up. Let me see what I wrote down.
This is why notes is a problem.
Hey, I mean, I didn't write down how much money we got, so...
Yeah,
Yeah,
1,250 gold.
Really?
Yes.
Where did I
that
get
is true.
575 gold?
I don't really know.
All right.
Sorry, what am I adding? Very confused.
You're adding 250 gold. Apparently, my math was shite.
200 each.
Yeah.
So 1,000 divided by 5 is 200.
I genuinely don't know how I got all the other numbers right, but not the gold.
I can't tell you, but that's what it was.
Okay.
I'll take it.
I'll take it too. It's exactly double.
Yeah, I knew. I knew I knew for certain that it was above 1,000. So like I was
Okay.
like, huh, something feels wrong here.
Yeah. Hey, I am sorry, guys, for. Actually, I knew that from the start, and you messed something. No, I'm kidding. Could you imagine if I was trying to pull the wool over
It's like
everybody's
check
eyes
if she
there,
actually knew something
and
from the
she
start and
messed
messed
up?
something up.
No,
on
I
purpose.
I didn't. That was an honest mistake. That wasn't me trying to hide something in the DM world.
Insight check on the player, not the character.
No, genuinely, as a player, yeah, that I fucked up. That in my notes was
Yeah, I'm messing with you.
575. All right.
That goal for yourself. That would actually be a fucking. If you were like a true villain in your like, that would be a really good one. I'll be quite honest.
Brian. Oh, also, there's an element
Yeah,
of just playing characters that does play itself to that a little bit. But Brian is going to walk quietly over to Moonzik and say, "By the way, do you think you could put this?" And she's going to hand over the 250 gold and the 5 platinum back into the ship's fund. That way, my debt is paid back. I appreciate it. Well, we were talking earlier about swimming around the island to try and figure out a way we could get the wave chaser into port without, dashing against the rocks.
Do we have to actually build the dock from, scratch? How would we organize the logistics of that?
More to the point is building off of that dock, but also having a entryway through the reef. If we have a way in, it would make sense that both it would be easier for us to use this, and then we can use the reef to our advantage as a natural defense. Clearly, there must have been some way in if they were so worried about a pirate ship that they needed some sort of divine intervention.
It's true.
Possibly.
I haven't been able to walk all the way around the island yet. I haven't had time, but that might be a good idea to start with looking.
I'm always a fan of going for a swim.
Oh, that's a great
By the way, I
idea.
will
Walking up.
prestidigitation his healer's kit to remove some of the water from it to help make it a little more effective. Well, I don't think you were using the gauze. From what I remembered, there was some sort of cream in there. It's interesting.
waterproof cream.
Oil-based, at least. Wait, how are you effective if you don't know what's in it? Hey.
15. That's not bad.
Burn cream.
Ah, yes, to cure Edward's burns that are all over his body, constantly. Okay, you
Sure.
can be there. Ointment.
Did you happen to get it from one of those medicine men who are always trying to sell their wares for like 99 gold?
His name, like it's Neo's Spore. No, it's Neosporin. It's Neosporin.
Neo and Sporin. I got it.
Is it based off some sort of mushroom?
Yes. Yes.
I mean,
You
I'm
hear
not
that?
really sure.
It's thundering through all. Yes. Like,
I'm sure you can find it anywhere in a drugstore, anywhere.
Ah. Who needs magic?
Says the cleric.
Oh no, I'm just kidding. I know. You'd be nowhere without me.
Oh, snap.
you wouldn't even have the bridge. You'd still be shitting in a hole. Like,
It's true.
how did you like the new outhouse?
Yeah.
It's no problem, really. But speaking of which, that room is still full of shit, and I don't want to touch it.
Yeah, you know what? Do you want me to send a servant? You know, cast in servant, send it down there and scrub it.
I'll help out with prestidigitation as well. Well,
Yeah, I don't think one
That's what the
servant
servant is
gonna
for.
do it.
servant prestidigitation to clean up all of the literal shit.
Wind chime.
Yeah.
You know, because there was a point in time that you did have to use the room, right?
Yeah.
In fact, everybody had to use the room, so you're familiar with it, and you would gather that you would have to like take out the literal shit. Yeah, you would have to literally take it out. There's too much for prestidigitation to actually do. It can't get rid of rocks,
Yeah, not
right? It
barefoot,
can't get rid
right?
of. And but like, there's a point of time where yeah, you can clean something up if it's like, 1 square foot of space, but like, your spell can't differentiate
it's
shit and
can't-
dirt.
It's
The-
a
Like,
Question:
Okay,
can
so-
mold earth affect it?
yes.
Well, good thing I don't have that cantrip. Even though it could have been convenient right now, I didn't swap out my cantrip. So, with that being said, I'm gonna cast floating disc as a ritual. I'm gonna cast a bunch of unseen servants as a ritual, and I'm gonna spend like the good part of this morning, having the servants literally carry all of it and pile it onto the disc, and then I'm gonna walk out with the disc. Obviously, I'm gonna cover it with a scent of lemon, and now it just smells like lemon and like a literal
shit.
pile of excrement.
Sunlight lemon.
Lemon
Yeah, it
scented
smells like lemon, but also like literally like any regular outhouse. And then I'm just gonna run all the way to the ocean and then dump all of that.
You're putting it in the ocean?
You know what? Let's put it in the fields. Why not, right? That's probably
There you go.
Oh my
It
god.
is compost now.
Wait,
I mean, it's either like we have manure or
What a
it's the
good
ocean, and I'm
hole.
leaning towards the ocean. So
You gotta put it in the hole
No.
and cover it.
Put it on the fields. It is manure as much as it stinks. It will help it grow.
you can't use human shit.
yeah,
You
so
Why
literally
not?
cannot use You look it up. You literally cannot use human shit.
Okay, listen. You say that, but have you ever seen The Martian? All right.
Oh, that's so stupid. Yo.
yeah, nope. I guess we're dumping it in the ocean. No
Okay,
objections?
okay. Emily? It is the same risk as using any other animal. The difference is we don't treat ourselves in today's society for the same things we treat our animals for. And as an apex predator, diseases come up. At the time period we're looking at right now, yeah, none of us would know any better, and it would be no different than using animal stuff. You can use human as fertilizer.
But even so, not all of us are humans. So, like, is that even really a problem?
Yeah, I'm not a human. In fact, there's more non-humans than humans.
All
here.
right. Just because I
You
think it's
can
funny.
rule that human shit
Spread-
is not manure.
Spread shit all across your fucking garden,
Not
okay?
with my hand,
Take your
though. I'm
human
using a mage
shit,
hand. Screw you.
Spread it out, okay? It's gonna stink up everything, at least for the next couple of days, okay?
I'm gonna cast
And
prestidigitation
especially,
periodically and make it lemon scented.
it's
It still
I
smells like
understand.
manure, but it's lemon scented.
Why are we doing this?
Because we want
apparently
fields.
Brian said it was a good
Animo
idea.
loses his accent out of pure frustration. Why? Why? For
I
what,
mean,
dude?
because apparently Brian thought it was a good idea when I could have just, dumped it into the ocean.
Where I
Let's
have to
just
swim
buy
in
shit,
less than
alright?
24 hours.
Let's just there's no what do we? Oh my goodness,
Because
we have enough
Brian
money.
thought it was a wonderful idea to be doing this, and here I am standing in the middle of a field smelling like lemons with a mage hand
I
spreading it all across.
disagree. I disagree.
smell like
Fuck
shit.
that.
I disagree. You smell like shit.
And lemons. And lemons.
Alright. I don't actually think we need to spend too much time on the mechanics of farming and
I don't
waste
think that
disposal
Wait, for
I'm
in my
farming
fantasy
at all,
game.
Brian.
into the ocean?
there should be no reason for
I-
us to farm.
What do you think?
Yeah, so
Disappears into the bush, Homer Simpson style.
genuinely, she comes down the
Bush, I
stairs.
also spread manure in there too.
She opens the door. She's like, "Good morning, everybody." It's literal shit. I hope you had a good adventure. Okay, I'm gonna.
He's no different than any other animals.
Yeah, I'm gonna start prestidigitating everything to make it smell lemon and clean everything up.
I'll never be able to smell
I-
lemon again.
Brian, I'm gonna, like, look at what we have become. Look into my eyes and tell me that this is normal. You're saying this like you literally just didn't eat spoonfuls of cinnamon back in the wave
You
chest.
guys did what? Why would you do that? That sounds so insane.
aphrodisiac.
Is that Jordan? Wait.
As funny as that was.
Oh, this is such a shitty episode, guys.
And
We don't
mean that
have
in the
to
literal
continue focusing on this one little facet. Can we just say we clean it up and we dispose of it properly?
into the ocean.
Okay, here's the thing. That was a task that Windchime herself would have been unable to do over the course of the week, right? Even with people. It is going to take you some time. This is, like, years of shit, right? This is not a small feat that prestidigitation is going to be able to work. You're going to need to spend some time on it to clear up that room,
Yep.
right?
That's what the servants are for.
You can put a substantial dent in it, I suppose. There's no issue with that. But it is going to take more than a day to clean that up.
Yeah, that's understandable.
I mean, it takes you weeks to clean your room. You think clean a room full
Wow.
of literal shit?
Alright. This is with, like, 6 magical servants doing it, though.
Yeah, literally.
Just, well, you did say 6.
Hello. 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 Okay.
Like, this is 6 magical servants, plus a floating disc, plus prestidigitation helping out with the edges.
Okay. It's still gonna take you some time.
Of course.
Yeah, like
He
this
said
is a
he
giant,
said
this
he's
is a really
basically
big
spending
room.
the morning doing it, and
Kale, this is a really big room. Even with 6 servants piling it up onto a disc and like wheeling it out, it's still going to take a long time,
yeah.
right? Like,
Yeah,
none
but
of
you
them
can
use
definitely
their
put a
hands
substantial
because they don't
dent
have
in it
shovels
All
or a
right.
mind of their own. Right?
Well, while Edward's doing that, he looks like he's got that. Also, I don't want to smell it anymore. I really want
You're
to see
saying this
whether...
like you didn't tell me to spread it all across the fields earlier.
Look, all I know is that I don't see the difference between it and cow shit.
I'm gonna look at him really weirdly.
Oh?
What?
Don't
Okay.
misgender
then.
me.
Okay. Well, fair enough. I guess I'm not really.
On the contrary, that sounds incredibly believable for this group. Let me go with you. I don't have any money to really help with that, but I do want to take a look over the reef where we go and see if I can't spot any good starting places.
I mean, I would love to come, but I'm kind of preoccupied at the moment. Maybe we could probably converse with, townspeople, get Bellwether to come in. I know Brian's been really pressed to do that.
Also, he might be able to give us a good opinion on what we should, on whether we should actually spread that shit, given that he would be relying on the fields for the berries.
I mean, I personally say if it's causing such a commotion, it belongs in the ocean. That applies to
We'll
you
ask
too,
the
Brian.
professional, right? Anyone else coming with?
I wish.
Okay, so Brine and Moonzik are making their way via paddle boat to Broken Bay.
A hot pink
Yes?
swan.
Yep.
Edward, you're working on the shit. Windchime, what are you gonna be doing?
I have no idea.
Vibes.
What are you doing, Edward? Nemo.
I wanna hang out with Edward.
Do you sure you want to hang out with Edward?
Like
Maybe
not
lemon
really.
scented, but it's.
It
I
kind of.
assure you, it's still does not
I just want to like more like give him more support rather than actually help out.
Okay, so what I'm hearing,
He uses
Right.
his unending breath not to smell it.
I'm gonna
That
give him the
also.
stink eye.
Also that.
I'm gonna give him the stink eye. And stink,
whole
like,
time.
literally.
so what I'm hearing is that right out here in the field, right? Hold on. Let me.
Oh jeez.
He has I don't know what happened. Whatever. He has constructed himself a little chair, and he's lounging back right now in the sun.
Oh yeah.
Sunbathing.
Yes.
Watching Edward back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Just back and forth as spreading shit, all that good. What's horrible about this situation that you're in is, actually, I'll help you out here. You remember there's a little hole over here?
Yeah.
There's technically still a little hole there. You could try to shove shit through it.
With the mage hand?
Sure.
I don't know if you get the plunger.
Oh my god!
He doesn't have mage hand, so he'll be doing it with his regular hand.
He walks in there to try to help, and he just like flips over Tensor's disc, splooshing and all back.
Oh, please, God. Stop. Also, what the hell just
It's gonna
happened?
It's gonna keep going until he's done. Okay. Back on track. Woo! Yeah. Wind chime. Do know that Garrett and Barrett and Janor are still hanging about. You could also do something with them if you would like.
What are they doing?
Currently, after Moonzik and Brian left, both of them made their way down the stairs. Because I guess they were sleeping upstairs. I don't know. And into the kitchen, and Barrett says, "What the fuck is that smell?"
They're cleaning the room.
In the room.
I presume that is the literal shit you all were talking about earlier.
Yes, it
Yeah.
is. But
I-
it smells a little bit like lemons now, so.
Yeah, it does have an acidity to it. I'm not gonna
You just
lie.
gotta, you gotta look at the bright side. You
I
know?
was. Yeah, totally. Well, I seem to have lost my appetite. Would you like to join me and Barrett in the library today? Working on organizing the books in an easier,
Well, alphabetically.
alphabetically. I was thinking genre and then alphabetically.
Oh, that's a great idea.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, I can totally help you. I know the alphabet.
Oh.
Do you know the alphabet?
I know the alphabet.
Okay, yeah, totally believe you. Yeah, Yeah, let's go hang out in the library. Anemo, you are welcome to join us.
Um, it's a really hard choice.
Between watching Edward or whatever, literally
Watching
anything
Edward
else.
spread shit or literally anything else is a little bit interesting. You know what? I'll come along.
Great, let's go. Okay, so you guys make your way into the library to do a little bit of reorganizing and spending your day going through there. Now, before we go to that, let's flash over to Broken Bank.
Hey,
It'll take you guys a minute.
are the boat names still up?
Yes, they're
Yeah.
all still there.
Yes. Nah, rock hard abs is where it's at. A slow warehouse.
Okay, so Brine and Moonzik have made their way to spending the next couple. Like it takes you a bit of time to paddle across. I think we said that it took 2 hours, but you guys are seasoned at this. You chop that shit down to an hour. You know all of the paths. Just for fun.
During that time, did I note
Oh
any...
right. Okay, so
Perception?
yes.
With advantage, or...
Yeah, Anemo's helping you. Not Anemo. Moonzik's helping you.
Stop.
Bros before boats. You don't know that?
Oh!
A
Oh.
9. Here's what you do notice. And you've noticed it basically every time that you have gone across are these spires that stick up out of the ocean floor, almost like stalagmites. And they stick up in sharp points. Clearly defining this area as difficult terrain for a ship to go through. In fact, you would venture to say that with how close some of these spires are, these rocky outcroppings, that it would be impossible to take a ship through this specific path. I need you to roll me a nature check.
Alright. I'm not very good with nature.
You're saying this like you didn't just advocate to use it as... Yeah, ooh, 7.
It would be a 6, because I didn't mean to roll with nature with advantage, but I have rolled... I have rolled 4 dice, and only one of them has been above a 5.
So, at any rate, you maybe you find the spires odd, but you don't know of any reason that would that they would occur.
Oh.
You think maybe if you jump in, you might get a better look, but that's just one thing or the other, you know?
Hey, Munzik. Do you mind if I jump in, just quickly? Yep. That is Moonzik's. Alright. And I'll topple backwards off the boat into the water.
Okay. You dive under, and you can see the shallows here. They only go about 30 or so feet before they excuse me, the floor of the ground, like under the water. You can go about 30 or so feet before you are stopped by various like seaweeds and these rocky outcroppings. You see, as you look under the water, you can only see about.
How deep is the hull of the wave chaser?
I don't know. Well, it's 2 stories, so 25, 30 feet.
Beneath the water? Yeah.
There's 2 stories under the water.
Alright, so probably 2 stories under the water. Given that it's a ship, they're probably a little smaller than others, so 20 feet?
Basically. But you do know that you would not be able to bring the ship through here.
Right, because the spires poke much higher than...
And there's a lot of these spires. Like, that you can
Right.
see as you look across over this, and you're at like the halfway point between Broken Bank and Firewatch Island.
And I can just
And
see spires as far as I can see.
basically, and you can't see super duper far. You can only see about 60 feet.
Right. Well, what are you? And I'm gonna tap it.
You feel okay when you tap it. You notice that it doesn't feel quite right. It's like the slime on it just doesn't. It does something about it feels wrong.
Can I figure out
Right.
what it is?
Roll me a perception check.
Investigation? Because I'm actively touching it,
Yeah.
trying to...
Yes. Sure. You're going through like fondling this spire.
Oh, that's a weird way to use
And
it, but okay.
it doesn't quite feel like rock. It feels more, how would you say, like, I'm trying to think of something that would you compare it to, more like bone that has had barnacles on it. Like, you can, what you actually were doing with your investigation, if you were actually able to scrape away some of the muck and collected shit, not literal, well, maybe not literal, you were able to scrape off the gunk from it, and it's not white. It is a off tan-ish color, but it has the consistency more of bone than rock. Like, you can't chip off like you're trying to with your sea axe. You're trying to get more of it off. It just doesn't have the texture that rock should.
Would I be able to go to the very tip of it and snap off a piece?
You can try.
I would like to. I'd like to attack it with my sea axe.
You're gonna try to chop off a piece.
Yeah.
Okay, roll the hit.
That's an 11.
So go ahead and roll your damage.
9.
You are successfully able to chop off a small piece of the tip.
Alright. I will pocket that. Add that to my inventory as
You want to
tip
keep
of spire.
looking around, or?
Yeah, just like... cursory glance, see if anything else strikes me as odd.
Okay. I am going to ask you to roll a perception check.
All right. For fuck's sake.
Oh god.
That is the 4th 5 I've rolled.
Nothing's really catching you. Like, it just looks like a bunch of spiny outcroppings.
Alright. Well, I've got this little piece. I'll see if anybody knows what it is. I'll clamber back on my little paddle boat with an ammo. Now I'm doing it. This is your fault.
Everybody does it now.
Fucking Hyperion did it.
Yeah,
Yes,
you
you
did.
did. You called yourself a Nemo.
You did.
You called
did
yourself
call
a
yourself
Nemo. No.
Nope.
You go back.
Nope.
Go back in your recordings. It was.
We can
fucking
go back and
hilarious.
listen. It was so funny.
Alright. So, I've got this now. It looks to be like those spiders are some kind of bone. Now I'm just thinking of huge sea creatures because they're far too big to be even whales. I'm really interested in as to what it is. Maybe that curiosity shop might have an answer. They might even give me a good deal on the on one of the jade statues. All right.
Are you guys going into Fringles? Is that?
There was another one. The one with the magic items and the
Isn't that Verdun's Forge? With
no.
with +1 daggers?
Arcane Minded?
Oh yeah.
Arcane minded. Alrighty. So you're going to go into Arcane minded?
Yeah.
Alrighty, give me just a second for this to load. Now is a wonderful time for a DM loading tip.
Ah, yes.
Ah yes,
Yeah.
loading screen tips. Let's go.
Passive perception is what a player knows without needing to roll. There's also a passive wisdom score for
All right. No. All right.
intuition.
No.
Right? It's insight, investigation, perception.
There are prepared ones. DM loading screen number 1. Even if more than one factor gives you advantage or disadvantage on a roll, you have it only once, and if you have advantage and disadvantage on the same roll, they cancel each other out.
That is a good tip.
Beautiful. This is why fog makes everything a straight roll, because everybody's blind.
Fades
Yeah,
out, fades
But if it's
back
blind,
in.
you can't tell the position of where they are, so you effectively don't know where.
If you're unsure when a reaction occurs in relation to its trigger, here's the rule. The reaction happens after its trigger, unless the description of the reaction explicitly says otherwise. Once you take a reaction, you can't take another one until the start of your next turn. Skips.
Before I go in, I'm going to use Mask of Many Faces to make myself into a dwarven redhead.
Dwarven
Male or female?
red.
Female.
Okay.
Question. Do you have a beard?
Yes. All dwarfs have beards.
And I can't.
All right.
We're gonna, here. There you go.
Okay.
Doesn't
Dwarvish
quite have a
redhead
beard.
with a beard. I love that.
All right.
There's no beard on there, but it's fine.
We'll just pretend like there is.
All right.
You can control that token too. You notice immediately upon entering um, Arcane Minded, a little bell dings from an unknown location when you see a woman like make her way towards you. She says, "Hello there. What can I do for you lot today? Looking for anything in particular, or just something that tickles your fancy?"
Hello there. I've got a bit of a fine make statue here, and I'm gonna pull out the jade jellyfish. I'm not sure if this is necessarily the right place of doing it, but of selling this. So, if you're interested in buying it for what it's worth, then I'm happy to sell it here. But more to the point, I also found this, and I was hoping somebody more scholarly would be able to help me understand what it is.
What do you hand her?
And I hand her the tip of the yeah.
So she takes both of them in her hands, and you say, "Yes, of course. Give me just 1 second." And she then her eyes kind of roll in the back of her head a little bit.
While she's doing that, perception check. What is there in the room?
Oh, there is so much. Just magical trinkets galore. You see, like, a variety of things from ores and potions to even shields and weaponry of various like arcane focuses and other minor curiosities.
So this is where like they have all of the spellcasting components, right?
So I'm right here. Is there something within reach?
Oh.
Yes, there is something within reach.
What is it?
Give me a second and I will find out.
Oh no. Why do I sense a sleight of hand check coming up?
Loading. Certain game features let you take a special action called a reaction in response to an event. Making opportunity attacks and casting the shield spell are two typical uses of reactions.
That is a very nice tip. I'll remember that next time I cast the shield spell.
Rock's fall, everyone dies.
You grab, so the first thing in front of you, it says, there's like a little ring with a plaque, and it says, Ring of Feathers Fall.
Oh.
Ooh. Would it be obvious if that was missing?
It's a mage, of course it is.
I would say there's no guarantee that she would notice it immediately. There is a lot of things about around here. It's like kind of a little cluttered, but like clearly organized in a specific way. You might be able to get away with it. I don't know. Depends on how well you do.
Right now, I
Apparently
am
not.
eyeing it up. I haven't done shit. I'm gonna look at Chim, sigh, and stop. What I am gonna do is I'm going to, while she's in this, I am gonna whisper a message so that it appears in his head, and I can whisper it as softly as I like.
Roll stealth.
Yep.
Ah yes, light of mouth.
Yep.
That's
Yeah.
a nat 20.
And what I'm going to whisper using message is, the next time it's the two of us, we really shouldn't be in recognizable forms.
I can't
She
say anything
counts.
back.
He can actually reply, but he'd also have to whisper it. You'd
Roll stealth.
you'd have to roll stealth for
Light
that,
of
man.
mouth.
Come on.
Roll stealth.
Woo!
Oh yeah, you succeed. You succeed. Would have been really funny. It would have been really funny if you failed, though.
Yeah, that'd be a little awkward.
I wasn't planning on robbing anybody, but look at all this shit we just robbed.
You're saying this like adventurers aren't just professional Tomb Raiders.
And yes,
Why
I
do
will
you
let
think I like
I will
D&D?
let this moment that I totally could have stolen something pass.
I mean, it's a ring of feather falling, and Nemo can just cast that, like, as part of his race.
I'm aware.
Looking about, you also see right next to it, because you're talking about it. Looking about, you do see a something that is noted: a ring of attunement. Yep.
Wait. That's I am both conflicted as this is. Wait a second. That's hilarious.
It literally is.
It does
That's a joke
absolutely nothing.
Why?
That's a joke item.
That's great.
It's literally a joke item.
Because
It's
it
a-
requires attunement and it gives you an extra attunement slot.
No, you know what it's good on? It's good on
That sounds
Artificer, because
amazing.
they have abilities at scale based on how many things they're attuned to. Ring of Attunement. Actually.
Okay, we found the niche use for it.
Everything else, eh.
There's gonna be a small giggle as she recognizes that. And then she's going to wait for whatever spell that's being cast to end.
So with that, her eyes focus in front of her, and she says, well, it does not appear that these have any sort of magical properties. But if you give them to me for a second look, I can take it in the back and see what exactly something of this might be worth.
By all means, I've got plenty of time. You don't mind if I peruse yourselves, do you?
Please, as you wish. She's going to walk back to her workbench, and she's going to start poking and prodding it, giving you guys a chance to roam the shop as you desire.
Perception check for some sort of magical scrying device that it could be watching us.
Perception check.
Are you, like, looking for, like, literally the spell? Like, literally scrying?
13?
Nothing obvious. You do
Alright.
see some sensors and what that appear to be just kind of laying on shelves for sale.
Alright. I'm gonna walk over here, check out some potions. What are they advertised as?
You
Shield
see, there is a flask of infinite milk. When you open it, it does it's probably drinkable, but it's just after its expiration date.
It's got that
But
slightly sour taste.
Slightly, but it's not gonna hurt you.
So, good for baking, bad for everything else.
Is it like this Strixhaven, like, coffee cup, where it just disappears if you don't immediately drink it? Or is it
What?
like you can just leave expired milk all over the place, right?
Oh, he's referencing the idea that you could just use this to essentially pour milk until you
just a
flooded the entire
yeah.
world in milk.
Yeah, I'm just wondering if this is a decanter of endless, or if it's a Strixhaven coffee cup.
It is logically sound. Let's put it that way. What else do I find?
You find over off in the corner, away from the potions, you do find a wand of smiles.
Oh.
Oh. That's always fun.
Hey.
Hey, Anemo.
I'm not
Nemo.
there.
Fuck. Hey.
Hey, fucking excuse me?
Chim. Think fast, and I'm going to use the wand on him.
Oh, you're gonna use the wand?
The wand of smiles on him.
Oh.
I believe that's a DC 10 charisma saving throw.
Let me double check.
Yep.
I didn't actually have the whole thing popped up in front of me. Yes, DC 10 charisma saving throw.
9. 9.
You must smile.
For a whole minute. Non-stop.
Wand of
and-
smiles.
And I'm gonna put back the smile with a big grin on my face. Wow, 2 smiles for the price of 1. I like this.
What are you looking at /for, Nemo?
Yeah, what are you
Dude.
smiling at?
I am looking for some good goddamn books is what I'm looking for.
This is actually starting to be a problem.
No, we
All
need a
of them.
moment, and now a compilation every time Cameron's infallible name is.
And now, YouTube comments.
Use that clip, by the way.
Yeah, with the narration of me.
Yeah, go ahead. Okay, yeah. So you find a necklace of true treasure tracking. And you found a cure for hangovers.
Oh, yeah.
And
Yep.
and you also
A tankard of sobriety to go with it.
and you also find something called a fool's ring. Mm-hmm. You also find the boots of Vader as well. Boots of Vader. Yes. Yes. Boots of Vader. Any of these items, you are welcome to talk to the woman about. Speaking of the woman, she comes out and says, "I do have a bit of information on your items. You see here, this one is it's made out of a material called jade. It's a rather nice gemstone, and probably could be used as some sort of arcane focus.
Alright.
I would gather.
Quite pretty, too.
Absolutely. And this appears to be some sort of bone or shell.
I mean, I gathered that. To be honest, I was mostly looking for if you knew what kind of creature it belonged to. If there was some sort of spell that could identify that kind of thing.
I mean, if I had to guess, it is. As far as I know, I don't have access to a spell that would just instantly let me know what creature some things were from. However, if you come across something like that, let me know. But if I had to guess it, I would say a turtle.
A turtle.
If I had to
Alright.
guess.
That, well. So, the jade statue, I said I was interested in selling it. What kind of price would you give me for it?
I would give you 65 gold pieces.
I think I'll look for another deal. I think it might have value beyond just some sort of spellcasting focus.
Aye, whatever you would like. You know where I am. And she bows to you with, like, great flourishing movements with her hands. You're always welcome back now. Also, you used a wand of smiles.
This-
I'll say.
it's written all
Of
over his
course.
face.
Of course, you have to test out something you're interested in. 3 charges are done anyway. No problem in that, right?
Mm-hmm. Now I won't be able to sell it at all today. Nobody wants a used item.
Bah. Like they wouldn't want to test it first anyway. Oh gosh!
Are you planning on buying it?
No. But it did give me a good look as to what kind of item it could be and how useful it could be.
Yes, no. It is quite useful on your... If you can only cast it so many times a day for a smiling effect. However, on the 4th time that you cast it, it turns it into a the person you are using it on into a frown.
And then if you use it a few more times, does it go back to a smile?
Well,
I
it's
do
got
believe
3
so.
charges, and it's after you use the last one you roll a d20 in. It's
I know how it is, rules have written. I'm asking her.
I suppose so.
So then infinite charges, as far as I can tell. And with that, I'm going
It
to walk past
recharges
her.
at dawn. Okay. Anything else that tickles your fancy?
No, but thank you very much for your time.
And you, sir? Thank you. Wonderful. I would be happy to see you. And you see she kind of just walks to the back and starts tinkering with something else.
Is Cameron still just smiling?
As soon as we're out of view of the shop, I'm going to change back to Brian. I'm going to say, if you're ever looking to steal from that place, you're going to want either some sort of smoke screen or darkness. There's definitely magical stances in there. Never hurts to have information. There was no assumption there. I said if, not when. I always thought you stole legitimate magical items over non-legitimate magical items. Why would you steal fake ones? No. I was making a point. Well, maybe the carcass of one. If she's correct and this is actually turtle, there might be even bigger creatures than I thought. And that's from, somebody who met one of the biggest creatures around. Through that area, from what I could see, we'd either have to clear them out, which would be a monumental undertaking, or we'd have to find another way through. The spiders are jagged, random, and in such a pattern that our ship would not manage to get through the spiders. However, the good hope is that the seafloor is, while shallow, is deep enough for the hull. It's just the spiders that are the problem. My thoughts exactly. Well, let's try a different angle in. There's got to be some way.
$5 gold apiece, 10 uses.
And I'm gonna head towards Bellwether's famed cheeses.
Where is Bellwether's? There it is. Okay, you make your way into Bellwether's famed cheeses. I don't remember what voice did I use for him.
He always sounded excited, but beyond that, I don't really remember.
Yes. Hello. This is really high pitched. Hello, hello. If this isn't some of my favorite people.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
We have another story, and we have a request of you.
I would love them both. You have me intrigued. Tell me, what's your story?
I will happily voice act this all out.
Don't worry about it.
Oh,
okay,
you
I
just
guess
want
we're
me to
doing
roll performance.
No, just voice act it.
The reason I don't want to voice act it is because I don't want to take too much time. Right?
Yeah, but like at the same time, just do it.
It's up to you guys. Quinn, Lily, how do you guys feel?
Good.
Right. Thank you for asking.
You guys care if I roleplay this through, or?
Have fun.
Give a good show.
All right. So, when we last left you with our story, we had just recently defeated the horde of zombies, yes?
Yes, yes.
And we had mentioned that we had finally captured our mark. Our
A dwarf.
Yes, a sketchy individual by the name of Morley Tove. So, we had two things on our plate, both of which finished now. One, we had to make sure that the zombies would not come back. And two, we had to return our indebted friend to the authorities. So
Takes
we
a sip on his
sailed.
wine.
So we sailed back to Port Damali. And there, while we discussed our plans for the day, our indebted friend showed more bravery than I believe he has in his entire life and attempted to run from us. Oh, how we chased him. Blocks and blocks we ran. He called out, trying to convince everyone that he was a free man, but he was not very convincing with fuzzy cuffs around his wrist.
Fuzzy cuffs? Sorry, why did I say it like that? Fuzzy cuffs?
Jester? Yes, for I had taken the liberty of getting manacles beforehand, but the only ones in the shop had fuzz around them. You can imagine the sight he must have been, running through the streets, proclaiming himself to be a free man, wearing pink fur-lined cuffs.
That is quite funny.
Alas, he was not faster than we, and we caught him, and returned him to the authorities with a good scare to make sure he'd behave a little better for them than he did for us. Then we headed back. Then, after a quick jaunt to the Adventurers Guild, where we and I'm going to motion for Cheem to pull out the trophy, won a whole tournament. No big deal.
You're not talking. Each of you received a trophy.
Technically, I don't have mine. Shit. I'm gonna pull out the badge instead. The Tournament of
Okay.
Champions, where we won our way into the guild.
Not the Challenge of Champions, surely.
Yes, of course. For adventurers like us, it was easy. Harder than we expected, but with the mind of Anemo, knowing how to navigate whole nests, and each one of us putting our brains together and working together, we prevailed. And so we sailed back home, high off our victory and looking for a second. There was an odd seagull who Windchime had become friends with. Upon reading a scroll of Speak with Animals, we found out that this seagull was once the familiar of a mage back from when not the monks, but the conclave held this area.
The garrison?
The garrison itself. And in doing so, that seagull showed us to the pit of hatred. Fathomlessly deep. It was something out of the dreams I held with my patron. But we took some capsules that helped us with pressure. We used our magic implements available to us, and we dived deep below the ocean, where no light, save for our own magically casted, could penetrate. There we found the sunken skeleton of an old war galley. Zombified pirates crawling all over the area. And once we slew those, one, in a final effort, pulled the leader of them all. Once the pirate leader, this monstrosity was larger than any of the others and had powers to, well, as much as I'd like to describe them, I fear they put even a chill into my heart. But not a chill into the brave heart of an Emo, who charged forward and pinned that leader to allow us to succeed. Obviously, we all worked together very hard to make the victory achievable. And then we found the stone that sealed the rift. For down in the pit of hatred, the source of this magic, the source of what had caused us so much pain, was a rift that had once been sealed by the ancient drow elves. Not drow elves. What are the elves that are the aquatic elves? There's an actual name in D&D.
The elves? They're sea elves.
No way. Alright. I assumed they had a fancy name.
Nope, they're
Where
just
the
sea
sea
elves.
elves had a
Did you forget
described...
that Dilyu was a sea elf?
Yep. Alright. Alright. I apologize
Now we need
for that
D elf,
hiccup.
E elf, and F elf and G elf.
Where the sea elves had once sealed this rift, their stone had been knocked free by this war galley's sinking. So, what we did was we brought that stone back over, we applied sovereign glue to make sure it would never again be knocked free, and we set it down to seal the rift forever, unless something is powerful enough to break through. Of course, that will be a story for another time. Hopefully another generation of heroes. But if it should fall to us, I'm sure we could take whatever's in there.
And then?
Well, we sealed it, and we got our just reward. Some cool items, some money, and we brought it back to the island, which we recognized was in dire need of repair. And so here we are.
And then? Sorry. It's a bad joke.
Here we are. A party with an island with some resources. We're looking to get the Assassin's Berry plants back up. But, well, to be frank with you, we are an adventuring party. We need to go places. We need reliable people. Like I had talked to you before about perhaps coming in some sort of partnership with making wine and cheeses with you. Do you think you'd be willing to come to our island and help out with the production?
Um. Hmm. Roll me a persuasion check.
All right.
He looks at you and kind of looks into his glass and he says, you know, things are a little bit slow here. I Are you offering me to come live and work on the island making product for you?
That is what we are asking of you. And obviously, we would leave it up to your expertise what this product would be worth and how all of this gets dealt with. We're new to this. But while we really like you, we think you're very capable, and we find ourselves with resources we do not know how to work with. So we come to the expert.
Have like smiles to himself and he leans back and says, okay. I will consider your offer. I can't guarantee anything at the moment, but I mean, what's the harm in giving it a try, right?
First.
So I could come visit the island. Yeah, I don't know if I'd want to live there. I do have my own business.
Of course. You don't have to live there to work with us. I mean, it's not a very far ride at all.
All right, sounds like a plan. Let's do it.
All right. Would you like to come now,
Hey.
get a little bit of a lay of the land? We're still in the process of cleaning up, so we probably won't be able to provide you any berries or dairy for at least the next few months, but just a little bit of an idea of what you might be working with, and that way you can give us some requests as to what you think might be reasonable.
I have never been to Firewatch Island before.
You could see where it all happened.
His eyes light up. Oh, you know me so well. Okay, all right. Yeah. Let me pack up shop. You see this halfling rummage around the shop. He himself does have a bag of holding, and you see he is just piling cheese and wine into the bag of holding. There's like, oh yes, I can't forget about. He grabs crackers and bread, and just like every time you think he's about done, he starts to he closes his bag and starts to walk away. He's like, can't forget about the Gouda.
Going on a date trip. Unless you want to stay longer.
No, this is for a day trip.
You've put like 20 kilos of cheese in there.
He's like, and it will be enough for the entire day.
And enough wine to get the entire army drunk.
Sounds like fun.
I agree, let's go.
You guys just get ready to go out the door, and he runs back. He's like, oh, I can't forget. And he grabs another bottle of wine, this one he's carrying with him. You know, for the trip.
Of course.
As you guys make your way out. Anything else that you're going to do in the city of Broken Bank?
Nope.
You guys make your trek back to Firewatch Island.
Are we cutting to Anemo and Windchime?
Yep.
Doing literally
Absolutely.
anything else?
Yes, so Anemo and Windchime, you have spent the last day basically. It's leaning. It's like after lunch, right? Organizing the library. You find several interesting books. One of them called The Lust the Argonian Maid.
Ooh, I love that book.
Oh, there it is.
Classic.
Dude, it's always in like one of our campaigns. I feel like it's just always there somewhere.
You find a book that's Nemo. Actually, what I need you all to do, I need a Nemo and Windchime. Please roll me a investigation or perception check. I will let you do either. Either you're looking for it, or like as you're filing books in the proper section, you notice the names.
Okay. I can do it if you want.
Both of you, actually.
Okay.
Lily, you find you find two books. One of them is called Learn to Read. It's an incredibly dense book that details the process of learning the art of reading Common. It's even you open it up and you're reading through it, and it seems to be nearly impossible to understand, even for you who is fluent in Common.
I got a 19 first, so.
Okay, yeah, absolutely. Windchime, you also find a book called What to Do When You Find Children, a guidebook dealing with found children and other such inconveniences found in dangerous situations.
Such inconveniences. Hell yes.
Oh dang, man! I really hate having to take care of baby. Why is it considered unethical to not feed him? Come on, jeez. Such an inconvenience.
I'm learning so much.
You find 4 books, Anemo, of interest. You find the Arcana Sutra. It's your one-stop guide to magic and its uses within the bedroom.
That's
Does it have a chapter about Magic Mouth?
You find
Oh god.
you find a book called Golden Fleece. Now, when you open the book, it's empty, but it does have 50 gold coins on it, and has a page, and only one page, describing gold and how tasty it is. Although, upon further investigation, all of the coins are chocolate.
I see this as
so
an absolute.
good!
It's a chocolate coin.
He now believes that gold tastes good and will try to eat it next time he sees it.
No. No, I know
Okay.
that I know that it's chocolate, but I'm just not sure if all the rest of the gold is chocolate.
Dude, this is like a really dangerous game of roulette where like it could be chocolate. Or it could just be a regular coin and you just swallowed a gold coin. Right?
So,
Windchime looks over at the Nemo as he's eating the chocolate, like, what do you have there?
It's just some gold. Do you want to try some? Tastes pretty good.
You're eating gold? A
Yeah,
Nemo,
this book is
that's
all
wild.
about it. No. Just trust me. And I hand her a gold piece.
You, it's not gonna taste good.
It's one of the chocolate ones. I said, just try it. Just try it.
Oh, fine, I'm gonna regret this.
Wait,
And then pops it in her mouth.
It's chocolate.
It's chocolate. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna reach into my pouch and then bite on one of my gold pieces.
It's hard.
That would not be a Constitution saving throw. Gold is
No.
safe to eat.
Oh my goodness, you look
No,
like a
but
real
like, it's a
pirate
gold
now.
piece.
He
Do you know
also
how
isn't
dirty
eating
money
it.
is?
He's just biting it.
Yeah, I'm just biting into it.
Also, gold is soft.
You also find a book called The Social Practices of Various Avian Humanoids. You flip through the book. The book tells you all you need to know about interacting with bird people. You also find actually, I'm gonna say I think I said we're gonna go with 5 because there's 5 that are.
And what's ambient
interesting.
about these? Oh, avient. Ah.
Avian. You find a book called A Herbalist's Guide to Surviving. It's basically a diary that details the accounts of a famous halfling smuggler who was best known for smuggling his homemade rum into the kingdoms throughout the world during the Great Alcohol Depression. You think that if with proper study, you might be able to reproduce the famous Sweetfoot rum recipe from the different mentions and references scattered throughout the pages. So that's Sweetfoot rum.
Nice.
And last but not least, you rolled a 19. We'll give it to you. You also find a book called 101 Morsels and Monsters. It's a cookbook detailing various recipes around the safety and using the meat of creatures that adventurers might slay in battle.
Oh,
Is there a Puritan section? Yes, specifically
I would
for the
look
heart.
for that. I want to look for that.
You flip through the book to the Perryton section, and it says, well, most bits and pieces of the Perryton are mostly mundane and have minor alchemical effects. The heart is a rather interesting magical source. There have been many rumors that upon consumption of the of a Perryton heart, that it can produce some minor magical effects. There are rumors that the effects can be influenced based off of the prepared method of cooking a Perryton heart, whether that be cooking it in a stew or even eating it raw. All of the methods have dictated different results. However, I am of the personal opinion that it is all random.
I see. So it doesn't give you anything about the possible.
Oh, it also does supply recipes, right?
Ooh,
Like
right.
each thing does have a recipe in regards to it.
Okay, I'll keep that in mind. Cooking creatures book on eating gold. What,
Do you want me to
else
go
do
through
I
them
have?
again?
Yeah, just quickly the
So-
names of them.
Of course, you've got the
Argonian
social
maid.
Yeah, there is the Leslie Argonian maid that somebody found. You found the social practices of various avian humanoids.
That's so funny. Yep, I got that.
101 morsels and monsters.
Yep.
An herbalist's guide to surviving.
Running away from things.
The Arcana Sutra.
Wow.
And the book called Golden Fleece, which had the gold coins in it.
Right. Okay.
Yes, Lily, you found the Lestargonian maid, learned to read, and what to do when you find children.
The inconvenience.
Honestly, I think
of
that
having
it's about equal.
Yeah. I think I got some really great knowledgeful books here.
Yeah, I mean, I've just got little things about cooking monsters that we'd slay, eating gold.
Yeah, it's not as useful though as like what to do when you find children. Like,
No, you're totally right. And an herbalist guide to surviving. I'm not even going to read that. I mean, I'm pretty sure I know how to survive. I think an herbalist would just run away from the first monster they saw. Am I right?
just
Internal
don't run
pain.
away from the children.
I would also run away from children, though.
Nope, that's what the book says not to do.
Really? I'm gonna have to ask you about that some more.
Actually, you see Barrett holding a book, the title of which it's familiar, but not too familiar, but not too not familiar. It's familiar, but not too familiar, but not too not familiar.
That book looks highly theoretical.
Oh, yeah, actually, it appears to be about how to take care of, like, familiars and newly acquired companions.
Oh,
It's actually rather nice.
yeah.
Basic
Do you-
handling, things like that. Do I have? No, no. Oh, I killed my snake plant.
Oh. I'm so sorry for your loss.
I did forget about it for like a year and a half.
I'm less sorry for your loss.
I once had a dream where I had cats and then forgot about them. It was a very long dream.
And you see, you see Janor reading her own book, and you see that she's got like a small stack of books that none of which are actually related to Procan. Like, she thought that that's what she was going to be looking for, but she just sets them aside for personal use, such as Where is that dragon egg? A handy tip book for managing clutter in the home. A 50 Shades of Drow. Although that one, you could see she took the title of it and she kind of put it back against the bookshelf, but not before you guys got a chance to glance at it. But in her hand,
that would be actually really, really useful in terms of learning how to
What?
tie up your
50
your
Shades of Gary and personal anecdotes on.
It kind of goes with your Arcana Sutra book.
Yeah,
Are you guys having this chat right next to her?
I'm actually gonna pick it up and take it.
Man, it would be a shame if one of the Arcana Sutra got into the hand of spellcaster.
Okay.
Magic.
This is so
Like,
messed
say,
up.
Wind Chime, or Brian, or Edward.
Arcana Sutra is already in Windchime's hands.
no,
It has-
Fine.
it's in.
You
No?
don't have to
It
read.
would be a
Do
shame.
you want Arcana Sutra? I'm not
My
talking
dignity
to you.
requires that I
Why are you
answer
guys
no.
in my head? What are you doing?
She is holding a book. She says, this one is quite odd. She holds up a yellow book. She says, it says, do it yourself, a comic book? But it appears to be completely empty.
Yeah? Like they forgot to
Oh.
write it?
Yeah, that's a little weird.
That's why would
Anyway.
it
Are there any instructions? I mean, it says do it yourself.
You're
So is
supposed
it...
to do the book yourself?
No.
On the first,
That would be fucking ridiculous. Why would you even suggest that that's something?
on on the back it says just like if you keep it on your person, it might fill itself with the stories that you have, adventures you've gone on.
My god, that's cool.
Ooh. So
I
it's
don't know
not
if
Wind
that's
chime?
true.
Do you want it, wind chime? Or...
I mean, I kind of wanted it, but I
Oh.
suppose you guys are going to be going on. No, you guys are going to be.
No, you
adventures
can
than
keep
me.
it if you
And here,
want.
please.
No,
no,
it's totally,
You're
no,
gonna
it's
go
okay.
on so many
No,
adventures.
it's-
It's so alright. You found it. There's no reason that we should take that from you.
Finders
Oh.
keepers. It's the pirate's code.
I'm just saying that maybe the captain would want something like that. But if you found it. You found it. There's no reason for you not to keep it.
I feel like you've given me a lot of reasons not to keep it.
No.
It would be a great present, I'm sure, if you like giving presents.
I do like giving presents. This is
Oh my
perfect.
god.
Maybe I'll just give it. Maybe I'll just give it to Cheen myself.
Oh,
Yeah,
I'm sure he'll love it.
he's gonna love that.
He likes presents.
Good. Okay. You guys have mostly gone through the entire library, collecting the books that you want, and there is, I tell you what, there's so many books in here. You could spend hours reading and having a grand time, and you might just find books that are relevant to topics at hand, although not as specific as the books you would find in a library or the archive in like Port Damali or another major city.
Mm-hmm.
But good enough. What?
We have a good collection of books here.
A good collection of books. Yep. Anything else you guys would like
what
to
were
do?
the hermits doing with the Arcana Sutra?
Exactly what you'd expect.
Asking the real questions here.
Okay. If there's nothing else in particular that you guys want to do, I'm going to flash back to Edward, who is currently hanging out in the midden. You are cleaning up. Here's what I need from you. I know that you're using Mage Hand. I know that you're doing all of that stuff, but I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
No problem.
You succeed.
20.
Now, as you're cleaning up piles and piles of shit, you do spend a good amount of time like pushing it out the hole. You've made a substantial dent in the work today. In fact, most of the more wet things you have removed. You're now kind of down on more solid ground. Not exactly, it's still slippy, but like not as bad, if that makes sense. As you search through the waste, you discovered a brooch of shielding.
Okay.
While wearing this brooch, you have resistance to force damage, and you have immunity to damage from the magic missile spell.
Is this an attunement spell item?
It does require attunement.
Okay, good to know. I'm gonna press a digitate it first. I'm gonna
You
pick it
do.
up with my mage hand and just press it, digitate it. I don't want to touch that thing when it's covered in filth.
Yeah, you press and digitate it. It appears to be some sort of gold. It's not. You don't think it's actually gold, but it's at least gold plated. And I will send it to you so that you can have a visual and the exact wording.
It's in the journal tab. I added one from the journal tab.
What?
It's in the journal tab. I could just drag and drop it into my thingamajig.
Oh, sure. But you have made a substantial dent between your servants and you. And actually, if you're okay with it, while searching through them, like one of your servants, like you see it, like the piece of shit dangle in the air as it slowly floats to you.
Oh god, it's not even lemon scented.
Oh god.
I'm gonna press it, digitate it, and make it lemon scented.
And also clean it, please.
Yeah,
Gonna
Caesar
clean it,
said he
dude.
cleaned it.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh. Still doesn't smell any better.
If it's already dealt with, why would it smell bad? I'm just saying.
God.
With that, your day is starting to round out. It is a little bit afternoon, towards ish. I'd say like 3 or 4. Dinner is soon.
You know what? Since it's almost the day's end, I might as well. I'm gonna cast Enlarge Reduced and just reduce the workload of our thing, and quickly, within the minute, pile it onto the floating disc and run into the ocean. Like, with a mad dash. And then dump
As
the
you do that, wait. As you do that, you pass by the the 3.
What are you? Oh god! It's everywhere!
There is shit spread everywhere.
However, it did help him do a whole lot more than he would have otherwise been able to do. So I guess there's that. I'm still pissed. Certainly a way to come home.
It's almost finished.
Yeah.
Edward. Just like
Edward is fuming in the corner. I know you guys find this amusing to subject me to this cruel and unusual duress based on the limits and capabilities of my ability, but I feel like this is probably unfair.
I'll write out a few spell scrolls so you can copy off my work. Deal?
I do have a few questions for you. Is that mud? Or is that smell?
It is going to be cleaned up very soon as I empty this into the ocean.
Oh, okay. Sure. I suppose it would work as, fertilizer. I suppose.
I'm gonna squint at Brian.
I said nothing to him.
I'm gonna give her the stink eye. The literal stink eye.
Oh god.
I mean, if you
told
guys
you
want
so.
to pick it up with your bare hands and spread it across the garden like some...
I am going to slap him with Mage Hand to remind him I have it. It's 5 pounds of pressure, so it's not gonna hurt. Just... And a pointed look.
This is how you treat the person that's literally cleaning out the entire
Yes,
mountain.
clearly!
Oh, so you would rather be inside of the room? At least I didn't step into the room, more or less. Would you
See,
rather?
this is
needy-
why we had you do it. We appreciate your work. Complaining
Then
about
don't slap
something when
me.
he didn't even have to.
Hi.
I am so
You see-
sorry,
you-
Bellwether.
No, he's gone. He's
Oh.
gone. He started taking his cheese and wine into the building. As he walks into where Anemo and Win, you guys have just wrapped up your conversation about the books.
Mm-hmm.
Hello there. What a beautiful library! Oh my goodness, so many books.
Oh, it's so good to see you again. How's the cheese going?
50 Shades of Drow.
It's the business is going as normal.
That's good. That's good. We're just
Actually-
reading books right now.
You're just reading books? Oh man. I wish I could read. I'm just kidding. I can read.
Oh, I have this great book. It teaches you how to read. Do you want to see it?
A book that teaches you how to read. A children's book?
Please tell me it's like a scholarly dissertation on the process of learning how to read.
It is.
Yes.
Here, look at it. Look at it. And she pulled the book.
Maybe I don't know how to read, he says after a few minutes of flipping through the book.
Yeah, it makes me feel that way too.
You know, when I was just a little halfling,
Quarterly.
it's funny because all
Yeah,
halflings
quarterly.
are little. When I was just a little halfling, I was the spelling bee champion.
The spelling bee.
Whoa. You spelled bees?
No. It was, basically, you would take, like common words and spell them aloud in front of groups of people. Anyway, it's not that important. That was,
That sounds
150
terrifying.
years ago. It was like 150 years ago.
Wow. But you said you don't spell bees. Have you spelled bees?
Well, I have experimented a little bit with
B-E-S.
Listen, I'm asking cheese.
Is that my name now? Did I just get a nickname?
I mean, you do get. I was just saying that you get.
Wow, I got a
really good
nickname.
cheese. What?
Oh,
I'm just
I
asking.
Woo!
Cheese. Give me a sec.
D&D fact, you can actually dispel bees.
What?
You can dispel
if
bees.
the bees are conjured through an infestation spell, you can.
I mean, I'm pretty
Therefore,
sure it's
dispelling
SEEB. If you want to despell
It's a dispelling bee.
Go away.
Okay. Anyway, I was wondering, what's for dinner?
Oh,
I did bring things to help.
bees.
you're
That's
cute.
one hell of a charcuterie board right there.
Brian, Brian is going to walk in, still arguing with Edward.
For no particular reason.
Yeah. No, see, I was telling you, and you didn't believe me, so we got a second opinion. Now you can start using it as a fertilizer, so we don't have to pay money.
To grab a bucket and spread it yourself, be my guest. I personally don't want to deal with this anymore.
Just cover the smell. Sorry.
Fine, we'll just agree to disagree. Yes, I
Not
should.
disagreeing. You can find a bucket sitting around anywhere, and you can pile it up yourself.
But I don't want to do. Whatever.
So, dinner.
Yes, I can make dinner. I don't know what we have, but I've made dinner a few times and I've been fairly effective.
Does
Wonderful.
anyone have a cleansing stone around here? He is very grumpy.
Just looks side to side. No, I don't believe I do. Sorry.
He's gonna run off and continue cleaning out the rest of whatever's left, but like also shrunken.
It's gonna take you a little bit. This is probably a good time for you to take a break and eat some dinner.
I mean, I'm gonna prestidigitate myself head to toe and clean everything, and then clean it again, just for good measure. And then I'm gonna make myself lemon scented. And then I'm gonna make Moonsick lemon scented. I don't know why I did that, but I'm just going to.
It's kind of nice.
You know what?
Don't encourage
I'm not
it.
gonna make Moonsick lemon scented. I'm gonna make Moonsick cinnamon scented.
Ooh.
It's just gonna smell like cinnamon now for an hour. I mean, any smell except for whatever's in that cursed room is better than whatever's here.
All right.
Thank you. That is. You have no idea how much I would appreciate that. Literally, everyone would literally do anything else but that. Literally anything else. I'm gonna look towards Anemo.
Brian's going to whistle.
Don't you mean Anemo just stands air? Yep. You gotta have an air joke every now.
You see Janor hand you a book. Edward. It's called Where's That Dragon Egg?
I mean,
This appears to be like it's a handy like tip book for managing clutter. I thought maybe there was something in there that would help you clean out the room.
I'm gonna smile. I'm gonna say, thank you. Hopefully, this book could still go into use. I've got most of it cleared up, though. Wonder if there's still whatever in there. But I'm pretty sure this book is more or less suited towards cleaning up, you know, like actual things in your room, like furniture, you know, random trinkets and whatnot strewn about the floors.
Oh, you never know.
I'm gonna take the book, though.
Alrighty, dinner time. So, you all file your way around the dining table. And it doesn't matter. As you all you get ready for dinner, what is Brian making?
What do I have access to?
Wine and cheese.
There's wine and cheese. What did you put on the order, Windchime?
I just got the usual. I just look in the box and see what they give me.
Alright, time to go foraging, I guess. And I will find some mushrooms and some beef.
Yes, beef naturally grown in the woods.
Not foraging
Straight
there.
off the
Foraging
vine.
through what she bought, you.
Straight off the vine.
Ah. Have I ever told you how much I love playing with this group? Not exactly what I had in mind for this, but I'll work with it.
You can just tell me what you're making if you want to.
I'm
Or we can just say that you do.
I'm making a pasta with a mushroom and beef cream sauce. It's pretty simple, but it's hearty and it should help everybody who's been dealing with problems
Good word.
associated with
Fecal matter.
yes.
You see, while you're cooking, a wide array of cheeses, wine, and the like is spread out across the table.
Oh, and it is a
Um,
white wine base. Just adding that in there because
Sure.
I can't not use that amazing wine.
Absolutely. And as you guys eat your food, we're gonna say that in order to get everybody all settled, all of the conversations that's happened, meals to cook, things like that, it is getting to be sunset. With that, I am going to call for a break.
Hey.